podcast where we explore the global wave of change that is rising from the sea. I'm your host, and in this series, I'll be reading and reflecting, chapter by chapter, on the book Ocean Action's Supercycle, written by Sangkil Lee, a former Korean ocean policy expert and diplomat, and his daughter Cherry Lee, a university student studying environmental science. This book brings together years of field experience, international diplomacy, and a next-generation perspective to tell a powerful story. The ocean is not just a backdrop. It's at the center of climate, economy, education, and our future. Through real-world examples from Panama to Norway, from the UN to high school classrooms, this podcast will take you on a journey to understand how ocean action, once a fringe topic, has become a global movement, and why the next 10 years will be critical. Whether you're a policymaker, student, activist, or simply someone curious about the future of our planet, this podcast invites you to listen, learn, and dive deeper into the tides of change. So, let's begin. This is Episode 1, Prologue. The Supercycle has begun. It's a new year, 2025. As always, there's no shortage of content in the media looking ahead to 2025. There is a lot of interest in trends in the stock market, the global economy, real estate, consumer markets, and of course, technology, especially AI. In the wake of this futuristic boom, I'd like to introduce you to a less familiar trend. After 20 years of service in the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, I have spent more than 3 years at the Korean Embassy in Washington since the fall of 2020, and I present the trends of the future based on my perspective. In the fall of 2022, I watched my oldest daughter, Cherry, then a high school student, excitedly work on an oceanography assignment for an elective science course she was taking. I marveled. Wow, oceanography is a regular subject in the US, as she researched and drew a cartoon of a sea turtle's habitat. I was pleasantly surprised to learn that oceanography is a popular subject in high school, not only because it's a regular year course and giving a graduation credit, but also because it's a popular subject. In early 2023, when I visited Bowdoin College in Maine, which borders Canada, to promote the Korean embassy, I saw that the college boasted of having a marine laboratory. The lab's marine science classes are popular among undergraduates. They are highly competitive, requiring good grades and research performance. Afterward, I realized that American newspapers and TV have been covering a lot of content about the marine environment. The New York Times and CNN reported in depth on the behavior and organizational mechanisms of large-scale illegal fishing fleets that overfished fish and destroyed ecosystems around the world. In addition, to cater to the eco-friendly and vegetarian tastes of young people, they frequently reported on kelp farming and the eco-friendly seafood industry. There were a lot of coverage and events about offshore wind energy and marine industry and technology, as well as the marine environment. Corporate advertisements also frequently feature the ocean and marine life. Interestingly, even major oil companies try to show they are committed to ocean sustainability. One of the challenges I often faced while working at the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries in Korea was that the issues related to the ocean rarely become a national concern. When I met with related ministries or reporters, often received responses that the ministry's policy announcements were not enough to attract the attention of the entire nation as they were considered to be localized to the coastal areas. For the long period of time, I asked to myself, can we overcome this perception of local and localized issues? And how can we present an ocean agenda that can attract the attention of the entire nation? However, in the US, oceanography is a popular subject among high school and college students, and various media outlets have exposed a lot of content on global ocean issues and organized various activities. The U.S. Congress organizes the Capitol Hill Ocean Week every year, inviting ocean-related civil society activists from around the country to Washington for a conference. While I was envious of this widespread interest and participation in the ocean, I wondered if this phenomenon would become a fad or trend that would spread not only in the United States, also around the world. Since I returned to Korea last year, I've been working to enhance ocean education and culture to all Koreans and supporting maritime marine science centers over the country. As I traveled from daycare centers to elementary schools, universities, and exhibition facilities, I could see that there is a significant demand for ocean education in Korea. The discovery that the public's interest in global ocean issues and participation in problem solving, or ocean action, is becoming a trend transcending national boundaries, is what motivated me to write this book. I will explain that, like many other trends in our hyper-connected world, ocean action is spreading across many countries with a slight staggered timeline. We then consider and propose ways to proactively capture this trend and use it as an opportunity for our society to address the challenges of the times and demonstrate leadership on the international stage.